Whether you are a brand new entrepreneur or you're scaling a 7, 8, or even 9-figure business, there's a series of principles that really help you to stay on track with your business and in your life, no matter what business, no matter what industry, no matter what business model you have. And if you're interested in learning about the entrepreneurial muscles that I've identified over many years, stick around for this one. My name is Pete Moriarty. I help business owners systemize, organize, and scale using Google Workspace and other technology tools. And I love helping entrepreneurs grow successful businesses, grow successful teams. Now, I've worked with over 5,000 business owners over the years, and I've seen a number of businesses who are successful and some that aren't successful as well. And I've seen business owners from all walks of life in many different businesses, some who have gone on to do very well and some have gone on to do not so well. And it's interesting that as I've been able to kind of like collect that data working with so many people, I've been able to kind of see some of the traits of those business owners and some of the ways that they work. And, I get little data signals on who's doing well and who's not doing well in business. I know who's paying their bills on time. I know who's organized. I know who's always stressed. I know who always shows up late to their meetings or cancels at the last minute because they've got an emergency. And all those little data points have kind of helped me to look at, out of the successful business owners, the ones that show up on time, the ones that take good holidays, the ones that have plenty of time to work with their families as well as grow productive teams and to go on to be successful. What are some of the traits that kind of make those guys up, and can I model those traits myself? And so over time, I've had the desire to actually model some of those traits. And of course, I've, started noticing those trends in myself as well. I started my business when I was 15 years old and I grew it throughout my 20s, semi-retired at 27, and effectively exited the day-to-day operations of the business. And I now consult back to IT Genius. I still help manage and kind of help with the leadership of the leadership team. But for me, really, I'm out of the business and I can be out completely 100% if I want. Now, I love helping entrepreneurs succeed. It's a life path to me. It's a mission for me. So I love being around the business and I love what the business stands for, which is helping small business owners play a bigger game. So I'm still around IT Genius. I still present on our tech channel. But for me, I want to share with you in this video some of these traits that I've noticed in entrepreneurs. And I've chosen just 4 of the entrepreneurial muscles, I call them. And they're called muscles because there's something that at the beginning may be difficult to get started with, but over time they'll get easier and easier and easier. And it's kind of like first time you go to the gym and you do a couple of reps on a new machine or a new movement that you haven't done before, and it's really, really tough. But over time, after you've practiced that a few times, it gets easier and you even start adding weight so you can take on more capacity. So that's why I'm calling these entrepreneurial muscles, and I want to share my first 4 with you, so you can hopefully be more successful in your business or whatever leadership endeavor you have. So the first one is market vision. And this is really about skating to where the puck is going. Now, if you haven't heard that expression before, what it means is, and it comes from ice hockey, if you're just skating to where the puck is right now, you're just forever going to be following the crowd and bashing into people and kind of fighting over whoever is there in that moment where the puck is. But if you have a look at where the trajectory might be of where it may go after the skirmish of where people are, and you skate to that position where you can potentially collect the puck and then take it where you need to take it, whether that's scoring a goal or getting it to another team member. And so I like to think about forward thinking and visioning as a business owner, as in skating to where the puck is going. And to me, what that means is to look at where the market is going, where your industry is going, what technology changes are happening potentially right now, and having a look at what may things look like in 5 to 10 years. And if you think about how Uber disrupted the taxi industry, they saw that smartphones were arriving and internet technology was accessible everywhere for people, and that there's this consumerization of technology and this wanting everything right now change in the marketplace. And so Uber created an app, and there were others who were in the marketplace before them like Lyft, but Uber created an app which was really easy for consumers. It was available mobile first because everyone was moving to mobiles, and it was instant on. It was instant delivery, and it really captured that moment in technology where we wanted to start to get things immediately. Amazon Prime was launched and same-day deliveries were happening, and everyone just wanted things immediately. And so Uber took off because it was get me a car or get me transport, and now get me food immediately. Absolutely nailed it. So skating to where the puck is going and aligning your business or aligning your business model to that is really the muscle of making sure that you see the future and adapt to the future before your competitors are anywhere near you. Your competitors are probably going to just respond to what's on their plate right now. And that might be, oh, I've got less customers this month. Why is that? Oh, it's because a new technology has come in, or a new market change has come in, or Uber's stolen my business and I'm a taxi driver. So when you are looking into the future and you're skating to where the puck is going, that makes you something called a market maker. It means that you position yourself in a place where no one else can compete. And when we started IT Genius many, many moons ago, we were supporting Microsoft and we were supporting Google and we were supporting local server infrastructure as well. And what we noticed was that small business owners and micro businesses, and I mean less than 20 employee businesses, were using Dropbox for absolutely everything in their business and they no longer needed a server anymore. And we decided, wow, well, there's no point selling servers to these business owners anymore because they just don't need them. And we positioned ourselves because we knew that Google would eventually release a similar product. They had Google Drive Online at that point. You couldn't install it on your computer. And then basically, as soon as Google Drive dropped, we started moving customers from Dropbox over to Google Drive, and we pretty much stopped selling servers. And we set up our whole business to be around that technological change. So if you can find something like that for your industry, something that's happening around the corner that you can see happening in the market and position yourself to win, that's going to be very helpful for you. The next entrepreneurial muscle is time, delegation, and management. Now, I've spoken a lot about the value of your time as an entrepreneur on this channel. There's a couple of videos I've created for you to calculate your time. But if I can impart one thing on you, that is to value your time highly as the highest valued time in the business and get really, really good at delegating and passing on tasks to other people. Now, the challenge with valuing your time highly and starting to move things off your plate is quite often we enjoy doing things that are low value tasks. And that may be a little bit of reconciliation inside our accounting platform. It may be getting your hands dirty in client work. It may be that you feel that you're stuck as the person who has to deliver to clients all the time. And maybe that's a mindset thing that you need to work on. But basically, if you're in the position where you are getting stuck doing low value tasks that could be delegated or could be assigned to somebody else, but you're spending your time doing them, it means that you're forever going to be holding back the growth of the business because you are not doing your highest and best value work. And that may be, if you're someone who feels overwhelmed by the business or feels trapped in their business, it may be the reason why you're not actually getting everything done that you want to get done, or maybe you don't have enough time to spend with your family or your friends that you would love to have inside the business. And so valuing your time is number one, and there's a calculator for that. I'll show you how to value your time in another video. But once you know how to value your time, the skill and the muscle here is to start delegating and handing off tasks to others, taking things off your plate and putting them on other people's plates. And a kind of sub part of that muscle is documenting systems, creating repeatable actions for your team, and taking them off your plate and effectively handing them over to your team. Now, one of the challenges of that is overcoming procrastination, but also being able to delegate to your team. Now, there's a process on how to delegate tasks that's really easy, and I've shared that in a video called How to Manage Any Change Inside Your Business. And that's one of the things that will really help you to lead your team through change, but also to delegate to your team as well. But how do you make sure that you stay on track with your time prioritization and your task prioritization? Well, for that, there's a concept called eating the frog. And eating the frog means at the start of every day, if you do the hardest task first, or you do the task that you're procrastinating on first, well, then everything after that is going to get a little bit easier for the day. And that's a muscle to work on, because many business owners will procrastinate because you don't have a boss kicking your butt to get things done. You don't necessarily have anyone else to be accountable to except for yourself. And so starting each day with the hardest task and working on that as a discipline, building that muscle, you can wake up, you can get important tasks done, and you can move your business forward just one more day by one more task. The next one for you to manage is uncomfortable conversations. And this is one of those uncomfortable ones to even talk about. That means whether you've got to performance manage somebody, that means whether you need to dismiss someone from the business, it means if you need to call that customer who hasn't paid their bill on time. Uncomfortable conversations are a fact of life, but they are even more so important in a leadership position and especially inside a business. Now, one of my favorite authors, Tim Ferriss, has a quote that your success will be proportionate to the number of uncomfortable conversations you are happy to have. It might be picking up the phone to a mentor. It might be saying to that family member, sorry, I can't spend time with you because I'm focusing on my business right now. It may be letting go of that friend who doesn't share the same values of you as you're pursuing your entrepreneurial ventures. But uncomfortable conversations, when you become good at them, are an absolute superpower in your business. Now, my recommendation is to approach uncomfortable conversations with love and with care. It doesn't mean that just because a situation is uncomfortable, like potentially dismissing an employee, you need to be careless with that. It actually means that you need to apply extra care. If you're letting somebody know that they're no longer a fit for the business and they need to move on from the business or move on for the role, they're going to have not only personal impact, but potential impact for others in their family as well. And so bringing a lot of care, bringing a lot of love to that is very important. So how you treat those conversations, just remember and think about the intention that you actually bring to those, but the skill to actually have the conversation is very important. So how do you do that? Simple. Bring the love. Try and land what you're sharing with someone with as much care and compassion as possible, but also keep to the facts. Now, there's a wonderful scene in the movie Moneyball where the Brad Pitt's character says to Jonah Hill, and he says, look, if you've got to dismiss someone, rather than giving them a big long story, stick to the facts, keep it short and sharp, and let them know exactly what has to happen.
They're professional ball players. Just be straight with them. No fluff, just facts.
Now, if you're able to keep to the facts, but also share with compassion, then people will respect that you actually care about them, and you're not going to shy away from having that hard conversation with them. If you're unwilling to have difficult conversations, you will be stuck at certain levels. Entrepreneurship is really a process of letting go and letting go and letting go and letting go of old versions of yourself as you progress through different new versions of yourself in your entrepreneurial journey. And as you let go of those old versions of yourself, you need to basically shed what was there to step into the new you. And so if you are unwilling to have a particular conversation, if you're unwilling to move past a particular milestone, you will forever be stuck in that reality. And it means that your reality will hold your business reality back as well. So don't get stuck. Learn the art of skillful communication and practice this muscle. Get good at it, because it means that over time, you'll get better and better and better. And trust me, just like going to the gym and picking up heavier and heavier weights, it feels better, and even it feels good to practice things that you are good at. The fourth entrepreneurial muscle I want to share with you is called 10x thinking. And there's a great video explaining 10x thinking, which I will link to down below. But 10x thinking is basically thinking not just what do I need to improve this by 1 times or by 2 times, but what would improve this by 10 times. And what that does is it actually activates your creative thinking inside your brain. And the creative thinking inside your brain is the superpower of a visionary founder. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to build this muscle. When you think really, really, really big, it's not just about having pie in the sky ideas, and it's not about having unrealistic expectations of where your business might go. But the skill of thinking big means that you're going to come up with creative ideas and creative solutions to move towards those goals. Now, are every one of those big, hairy, audacious, crazy idea goals going to happen? No, not necessarily. But just setting them as a goal helps you to move in the right direction a little bit every day. Let me know what you thought about these entrepreneurial muscles. Are you practicing them? Which one is your strongest? Which one's your weakest? I'd love to know down in the comments below this video. And if you'd like more content like this, just let me know. If you'd like to ask me some questions, head along to ask.peter.tv, drop in a question, anything to do with entrepreneurship, and I'll happily answer it for you. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
If you like this content, please hit subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live or drop new content on the channel. Now, if you'd like to connect with us, hit us up on social media or join our free community group. All the links to that are right below this video. If you'd like to learn more about Google Workspace and the technology ecosystem, you can join our free Genius Academy by transferring your billing across to IT Genius. Or you can join a Workspace Basics Bootcamp. Now, if you're a business owner and you're interested in an audit on your technology stack or your Workspace account, or you're looking to do a project in the tech world, well, you can take advantage of our free consultation. And if you need help right now, then consider joining Concierge or taking up a quick fix with our team for professional support for your tech stack.